My name is James Ayala, and I'm from the USA, and I work at the Chengdu Research Base of Giant Panda Breeding, and I'm a researcher that studies panda behavior. I've been in China now working for 15 years. Most of that time has been with pandas. Working with pandas, it's kind of like, working with the superstar of the animal kingdom. I've trained at least maybe 100 pandas. Every day things are different. Right now the breeding season is about to start, so a lot of the things I do will be observe pandas, look for breeding behaviors, we'll do some training of pandas to make sure they're healthy. If we're trying to work with a panda in the breeding season, they'll just ignore us. And sometimes if they're not, some of the pandas don't want to eat apple. And usually we use apple as our reinforcer. We can't just say to them, please, please do what I ask. But of course, I'll just say to myself, one more time. You don't trust me? Why can't we be friends? The worst thing for me is if the panda leaves and is unhappy. So if they're not doing what I want and I'm getting really frustrated, okay, we'll just stop. I'll just give them some rewards and sit next to them and make sure they're calm and happy and then finish that way. I end up speaking to them like in Chinglish and in Chuanpu. Sometimes, Go lai, ni hao. Go hi. Go lai, come here, ni hao. I'll say like, hao guo wo, and gua xi xi, this kind of stuff, when they're being naughty or silly. I think they really can understand the tone and the sentiment of what you're saying, not necessarily the words, but if you talk to them calmly, they'll feel more calm. Trust me, we can be friends. Good boy, yeah, good boy. I've been in China for 15 years, and then over, 15 years, so much has changed. The pandas have gone from endangered to vulnerable. The habitat has expanded so much, and we have the Giant Panda National Park now, the first national park in China, focusing on pandas. So I think these things are completely amazing. Lunar New Year is really important and a beautiful holiday. I grew up in New York City, and as a little boy, for school, we would go to Chinatown and watch the celebration of the Lunar New Year. And then coming and living in China and celebrating Chinese New Year in China for the first time was also, again, meaningful to me because it's about family, right? So being part of the family is really meaningful. And I think that putting pandas with Chinese New Year and Chinese culture, I think just makes perfect sense and is wonderful. 新年快乐 Happy New Year!
下载闪电新闻，观看更多精彩视频。